Episode 464. I built my own voice agent, AIJ.
The AI6 Podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Voice has changed the way I use artificial intelligence, mainly because voice is how I naturally think. After all, I am a trained broadcast journalist. I tend to talk through an idea, change direction halfway through a sentence, add context when it occurs to me, and sometimes just by hearing myself say something out loud, realize where there's a gap in my thinking. Coming from journalism and communications, speaking has always felt natural to me. So I became really interested in what would happen if voice became more than simply another way of prompting AI. Hello, and you're very welcome back to AI6 in this special 10-part series on how I'm building with artificial intelligence. So AIJ is my voice assistant, trained on my work and given to my clients after they study with me. I created her because I knew that after the training ends and that I've moved on to train other groups, my students still have questions, but the contract has ended. When you practice what I teach, inevitably you are going to have questions. So I saw a real value in creating a voice assistant that sounded like me and that was trained on the particular knowledge of that program that I had designed particularly for that client. So when I'm not in the classroom with you and when the contract ends and I'm with other clients, you get to interact with my second brain, AIJ. So let's test her out. So this particular version of AIJ Voice Assistant has been trained on my program, the AI Playbook Diploma. So basically, it is my 12-module self-directed online course on artificial intelligence created from my book, AI Playbook. So let's test her out.
Hello and welcome to the Public Sector Marketing Institute. I'm AIJ, Joanne's AI assistant for the AI Playbook Diploma. How can I help you with our courses or training today?
Hey, thank you, AIJ. I have a particular question around AI governance. And if I'm writing an AI policy for my organization, what are some of the things that I need to think about?
That's a great question, and it's exactly what Module 12 of the diploma covers. Writing an AI policy is such an important step for any organization. A solid AI policy should have 5 core components. First, a clear vision statement that explains why you're adopting AI, what outcomes you expect, and how it aligns with your organizational values. Second, define your acceptable use, what AI applications are permitted and which ones aren't. Third, establish an ethics code covering fairness, transparency, accountability, and human centricity. Fourth, clarify roles and governance, who makes decisions, the reporting lines, and how escalations work. And fifth, build in review and iteration so the policy stays current as technology and regulations evolve. One practical tip that really matters. Staff don't want a generic one-size-fits-all policy. They want guidance that's specific to their department and their daily work. So tailor it to your context. The ASPIRE framework is also really helpful here. It stands for Assess, Strategize, Pilot, Implement, Review, Evolve.
Okay, so well done, AIJ. And she would continue, and I could continue to interact with her. So I think that's a really clever way of using voice as an assistant because it feels natural to converse. And also I feel that voice is very laborious. If I was to start to write the questions, AIJ wrote all the answers back to me, it would be a lot of information to take in. But when we hear something and when we speak something, it's just a different way of retaining knowledge. And so I used 11 labs to build my voice. And as you can tell, she's not yet 100% perfect, but we're working on it and adding more audio files in order to perfect it. But I think it was absolutely good enough to get it out to the market. And so you can see that I would train AIJ on particular knowledge products that I have. So in that case, that was my own 12-module artificial intelligence playbook diploma. But if I have a AI for tourism program, then that is a whole sector-specific training with context and conversations with people in the course, I will create another separate version that is standalone that can be given to my clients and my students afterwards. And so AIJ is simply a recording of my knowledge base and all of the learnings and the conversations. And I think it is hugely, hugely valuable. And I want you to think about, well, how could I use conversational AI? Is it for customer service, or is it for post-sales follow-up? Is it for expanding your knowledge? Is it about creating knowledge products? And it's begun to change how I think about digital learning, because the course does not necessarily end when I leave the training room. And I think value is very important in the AI age, and really saying to yourself, what value I'm bringing, because knowledge is ubiquitous, right? Why would somebody hire me to learn about AI when, they can go to AI and learn from themselves, or go to YouTube, right? But people want that human interaction, and people also want to learn from somebody that will make them accountable, that will help them understand it in ways that work for them, that's sector specific, that's workplace specific. And so if I think about what AIJ as a conversationalist assistant can do, it gives my client added value long after the contract ends. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategies, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organisation. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.